Namaste and welcome to the Divas That Care Network. I'm your host, Gia-Raquel Rose, owner of Airs Above Yoga, and you are listening to Above the Ground podcast. If this is your first time tuning in, our network is in its 15th year and listened to in over 30 countries. I would like to personally thank you for giving me the gift of your time. As always, it is my honor to hold space with you. And today we are continuing on the topic of what started as a conversation about sun salutes, but ultimately deriving energy and the boost needed to get through the fall season. So typically, sun salutes are connected with the summer, as I had mentioned, and they are attributed to the, we'll call it the divine masculine or the heating element, the solar element in the body. In the right hemisphere of the body. They are an energy producing and potentially purging practice. And it just so happens that as I am recording this, we experienced now where I am located, we didn't actually get the full benefits of it, but there was a full moon lunar eclipse just last night. And for those of you who are aware or not aware, I am, a bit of an astrology nerd, if you will. I'm not an astrologist in any way, but I do definitely follow and I read my horoscopes, etc. And so the thing to keep in mind about full moons in general and eclipses specifically, eclipses are essentially full moon on steroids, which if you see any, YouTube or Instagram astrologers, they will tell you that same phrase. But additionally, full moons are about release. So if you follow a practice, which yoga definitely does, of kind of moon cycles, and if you're a female, and I use the word female, no gender, if you're a female, your cycle may have some correspondence to a moon cycle. Now they're good, bad, or indifferent, but something you may pay attention to if you so choose. If not, that's fine too. But so the cycle of the moon, we have our moon salutes in yoga, which are the feminine, the divine feminine aspect to the sun salutes, which are much lesser known. Frankly, one of my favorites as a warm-up, great hip opener practice. And they just kind of target all the things, but they're much more gentle than the invigorating heat production of a sun salute. So with that in mind, as we had this full moon lunar eclipse last night, I just want to make a little bit, because for our meditation today, it's going to be a direct reflection of the eclipse and my idea of this energizing sun salute start to fall, if you will, because we are in the month of September when I'm recording this. So the full moon lunar eclipse is different from the solar eclipse because it's actually the sun that is blocking the light from, it's the earth that is blocking the sun's light from the moon. And so they call it a blood moon because as the earth blocks, the moon has a bit of a red tinge to it. So it's known as a blood moon, lunar cycle, menstrual cycle. Sorry for the gentlemen listening or those that are sensitive to the rhythms of the body, but it is what it is. And so to that end, thinking about, our own cycle, the fact that our life is cyclical, right? We go through things as we need to learn what it is that we need to learn. We repeat things until we get the lessons. If that's something that you ascribe to, you don't have to. I certainly believe that we can be bludgeoned with lessons over and over and over again if we're not getting it right from the divine, whatever divine you happen to believe in, whether it's here, there, or elsewhere. So keeping that in mind, when I lead us through this meditation, my goal and my hope for this meditation is much like the eclipse. It reveals any block that you have to your own light. So I've done multiple meditations about kind of finding your purpose. And that had a little bit of a solar aspect. We're talking about the solar plexus, so not technically solar, but, I've done meditations on, finding your true light, your true self. This one, I'm going to focus a little more specifically on the light of the sun, or on at least, the light that you're walking towards. What is blocking you from that light? How are you what energy needs to be released in order to receive that sun's light. And in this particular metaphor, right, the earth is what is actually blocking the light from the moon. So walking with that metaphor and using it for yourself, if you in this metaphor are the moon, what is your earth? And where is the sun trying to reach you? And what is in the way? And that is what this meditation is hopefully going to help you to discover, uncover, realize, bring into your conscious awareness. And again, it's never about judgment. It's never about blame. It's never about beating yourself up for not being where you want to be. It's not about that. It is always about self awareness, realization, identification is super important. Identifying what is in your way. If it's you, right? If it's someone else, if it's something, whatever it might be, where is it? What is it? What steps can we take to overcome it? And how do we face it and rise, much like the sun, right? Or the moon. So thinking about all of these things and ultimately not thinking about them, right? Because when in meditation, it's about receptivity. It's about receptivity, quieting the mind, as I always say, and coming to that place of intuitive understanding, letting information find you from either deep within or without, depending on your belief system. But in this case, however it may come to you, believing it to be truth for you and having that intention that I believe that what comes to me is truly meant for me. I trust. So we're going to have a big trust element for this meditation. Trust what comes for you. Allow it to come into your awareness. Allow your subconscious to identify what your conscious mind may choose to ignore or simply may be too preoccupied to focus on or shine light on, if you will. And so I will say this in every single meditation episode: as you prepare yourself to meditate, the most important thing is to be comfortable physically. Whether that is sitting in a cross-legged comfortable seat, if that's comfortable for you, whether that is completely reclined, I find that reclined allows me to fully relax and release. If you're prone to falling asleep and that's not ideal for you, then by all means find a seat. If you need to prop your back up against a wall, if you'd like to come reclined with your legs up the wall, these are all options for you to take. The most important thing is that you can remain in whatever position you choose, ideally with the spine in alignment, whether horizontal or vertical, and that you can be in that position for, let's say, 10 minutes comfortably without having your body distract your mind, and kind of pull it into an immediate need of movement to make yourself comfortable. So find yourself in whatever position you need to find yourself in for yourself, and then begin to very, very gently and with as much grace as possible close your eyes and lower your gaze. And we always begin by drawing our awareness into our body by connecting with our breath. And as you breathe, allow that breath to flow into all the points of contact between yourself and the earth beneath you. And truly begin to ground down. Visualize, if you can, the breath flowing into all of those points of contact. Feel supported by the earth beneath you fully and completely. And begin to establish that sensation of trust from the ground up. Trust the ground beneath you. Trust your body to remain at ease. Trust your mind to begin to relax and release. Trust your heart to share what you need to understand most of all. And continue to breathe deeply. With every inhale, breathing in that sensation of complete faith and trust in this moment. And with your exhale, release any apprehension to that trust with intent. Breathe yourself into a space of safety. Feel your heartbeat gently and slowly soften. Set the intention or say quietly to yourself, I am wholly and completely safe, body, mind, and soul, in this sacred space around me. And begin to visualize a white orb completely around your body, going underneath you to the earth beneath you and up above your body, protecting your auric field fully and completely from anything of a lower vibration. And continue to breathe in trust and continue to breathe out apprehension, because there is no fear in this space. There is no room in this vibrational circle of light for anything other than more light. And from this safe space, begin to visualize the light of the sun as a direct reflection of the orb of light around you, enveloping you, protecting you, giving you strength, giving you life, giving you energy. Know that it is safe to behold this sun in all its glory. There is no danger to the mind's eye. Begin to feel the warmth as you mirror the energy of the sun with the energy of your own auric field, the completeness of you, not just your body, not just your brain, the energy that is within you and that surrounds you at all times. Know that both you and the sun are made up of the same star stuff. Feel that you are able to burn as brilliantly and to shine as brightly as the sun that brings life to this earth every day. Settle into this warmth. Settle into this knowing. Keep visualizing the orb around you and the orb that is the sun facing each other. Watch as the light that surrounds you reaches towards the light emanating from the sun. And pause for a moment to allow an image to show up in that light's connection. This is the image of what might be between you and the energy that you not just survive on, but thrive on. Breathe into this brightness and pause and allow whatever appears to be seen through the light of the sun and between your light, the light of the orb around you. What do you see? Is there something you heard? Staying within the warm sensation in and around you. And when you identify what image or what sound has shown up for you between your light and the sun's light, say thank you. Feel gratitude in your heart space for this illumination. Allow the image to eclipse through and fade away from the connection between your light and the light of the sun. And begin to breathe more deeply into the warmth, into the strength, and begin to channel with grace and with appreciation the heat, the fire, the pure, raw energy of the sun fully without the interference of whatever showed itself to you. Watch as the sun's rays reflect right through what had been there. And instead of reflecting back to itself, they burn right through, bringing this connection between your auric field and the pure energy of the light from the sun. Breathe into that power. Breathe into that heat. Let it wash over your body. Allow it to purge from your auric field any debris left from this realization without judgment, without fault, and without blame, none of which carry the vibrational frequency of you, your light, or the light of the sun. The matter that makes up what you are, makes up what the sun is. And both are perfect in their own way. Begin to breathe into this assimilation of your light and the sun's energy into your own inner power and into your own ability to shine as brightly and as brilliantly with as much energy as the sun itself. Again, with gratitude, thank the energy of the sun, the solar energy, which gives life to everything on earth, for bestowing this gift of radiance upon you in this moment and for all the moments to come. Allow the light to filter in on and around you as you begin to deepen your breathing. Breathing this warmth into all of your extremities, into your fingers and toes, into the palms of the hands and the soles of the feet. Feel the heat within you. Not a burning, but a warming, like an ember can be reignited, but slowly and steadily burns. A gentle flame that is you, savoring your energy, allowing it to be there constantly for you, just like you trust that with every day, the sun will rise again. When you feel ready, gently begin to open your eyes. As always, make sure to take your time when coming out of this or any meditation. Ground yourself. Chocolate is a wonderful way to ground yourself after meditation. Eating in general, chocolate specifically, unless you have an allergy. Make sure to drink lots of water. Feel free to journal what it is that came to you in your meditation. And remember that you can come back to this or any other meditation to reignite or reconnect with the fire, the heat, the power, the strength of the sun that is within you. Because we are all made out of star stuff. And with that, I just want to thank each and every one of you for sharing this space with me and ask that you please feel free to share the same with your loved ones. For more goodness, follow me on all the socials at Above the Ground Podcast and visit my website, airsAboveYoga.com. As always, don't forget to check out my other episodes and all of my amazing sisters at Divas That Care Network. You can find us on Spotify, Odyssey, Apple, iHeartRadio, and anywhere else that you may feel guided. Again, my name is Gia-Raquel Rose, owner of Airs Above Yoga, and you are listening to Above the Ground podcast, where every day is a good one.